Oh boy, what it feels like to be number one, first place, 2-0, AFC East. What? What's up, fans? So, this is week 3 picks. You might be asking yourself, hey, where the is your dad? Well, my dad threw his back out. He's a truck driver, and he was using somebody else's truck, and he hurt his back. So he is home resting. I have his picks. I wrote down his picks. So I have his picks. One more time. I have his picks. But before I get into the picks, I just want to recap. I'm going to start doing this with these picks videos, where I'm going to start recapping what happened the weekend of past. Obviously, we beat the Jets. I talked about that. I talked about how great that was. I was with my dad and all of his friends and my friends and fellow Dolphin fans. Just a little recap. I think it should have been a bigger ass whooping. I think a lot of mistakes happened with this game. The fumble that was a blown block by Gesicki let the pass rusher right in, and then Tannehill tried to throw the ball away. He fumbled it. The snap. Kilgore snapped the ball to his own foot. Those were stupid plays that we could have got points off of. We were marching down the field on the snap to the guy's foot. Matt Hack, MVP of that game. I know Frank Gore's the MVP of the game. He got the ball. But Matt Hack, holy shit, kept pinning him inside the 20 all game. Great. Mika played fantastic. That stop at the halftime to not let them score and the time run out was huge, because they lost by 8 points, so you could just imagine if they actually scored there. Them missing their extra point, us missing our extra point. There's a ton of things in this game. I did like the play calls. There were some play calls that I didn't like. 3rd and 1, you put them in shotgun. But the pass was bad, but there's 2 guys also open in the center of the field, so it wasn't a bad play call, it was bad executed. But other than that, you know, Gase knew that they were expecting Tannehill to stay in the pocket because he did against Tennessee, and they were probably like, well, he's probably worried about his knee, he's not going to keep it. Well, Tannehill ran a lot, so now people are like, shit, we have to compensate for Tannehill running, which can open up the offense even more. All in all, good game. Could have been better, but it was good. 2-0, we won. Let's get to some other things. Vontae Davis retires on the Buffalo Bills at halftime against the San Diego Chargers. What? We traded his ass because he was not in shape with the Dolphins and Hard Knock. So we fucking traded him, and everyone was like, you trade your best corner. And then he did well with the Colts. And then he's with the Bills, and he retires at halftime. Then there's this hit. I'm going to slide over so you can see it. There's this hit that Clay Matthews put on Kirk Cousins. And because of the hit on Kirk Cousins, he threw an interception. But they called it roughing the passer. And the bullshit excuse, because I heard it on the NFL Network afterwards from Shannon Sharp and Lawrence and LT and fucking, well, not Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders actually defended Clay Matthews, is that he drove him into the ground, which caused the flag. But if you watch the video again, Clay Matthews puts his hand down to not drive his shoulder into Kirk Cousins. I think it was a complete bullshit call, and I think that the Packers should have won that game, but now, of course, I have to deal with another frickin' tie in this situation. But yeah, they got to stop, because in preseason, these quarterbacks were getting legitly sacked, and they were getting flagged for unnecessary roughness. Like, come on. But the big news of the day, not today, but of Monday, Josh Gordon was traded to the New England Patriots for a 5th round pick. I think a 5th and a 7th. And then Josh Gordon's not activated for 10 days. They get their 7 back. I think that's what it is. Or they get a 7 back. I don't remember what necessarily it is. Am I worried about Josh Gordon being to the Patriots? No. Doug, why aren't you worried about Josh Gordon being to the Patriots? Because I am now uberly confident in the Dolphins secondary. I think Xavier Howard can shut anyone down that he wants, and I think Mika Fitzpatrick can shut anyone down that he wants. I think Rashad Jones is now playing like a fucking center field general, like I've loved for him to be. I would like TJ McDonald to hit a little bit harder and wrap up, stop bouncing off people. But I'm very confident in our secondary. Our linebackers covering tight ends, not really, but Kiko Alonso is playing like a crazy man, so I don't fucking mind it. So no, I'm not really worried about Josh Gordon being with the Patriots. Yeah. So that's what's going around in the NFL for this past weekend. Now let's get to my picks. So let's get started. So before I go into the picks, here's my dad's record, and here's my record. If you notice, there's 2 ties. Get better kickers. We're going to start with Thursday night. Got the New York Jets, Sam Darnold, the rookie quarterback, who is good. Don't get me wrong. I never said he was bad, but I said you needed to stop, crowning him the king of New York so soon. Sam Darnold goes to Cleveland to face the Browns and Tyrod Taylor and Jarvis Landry, who I don't miss at all because I think Albert Wilson's doing better than him. But hey, I'm just... and my dad is picking the Jets, and I'm also picking the Jets. I think the Jets are just pissed that they let this game get away. I think the Jets are pissed that they probably were like, the Dolphins are nothing, and we don't have to worry about them. And they'll probably take it out on the Browns. Next, we got the Saints at the Atlanta Falcons, and me and my dad are both going to pick... Actually, you know what? My dad picked the Saints. I'm very suspect about the Saints defense. So I'm going Atlanta with this pick. So I'm going opposite of my father. Then we have the Packers at the Redskins. This one's going to be hard for me, but Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers. And me and my dad are both going to pick the Packers in this one. Redskins have been playing really well, but we're both going to have to go with the Packers in this one. I think the Redskins just picked up Perryman, who was cut by the Ravens. So will that help? I don't know. Next, Indianapolis Colts in Philly. Philly's probably super pissed that they blew this game against the Chiefs last week. My dad's picking the Eagles. I'm also going to pick the Eagles. I think that just the Eagles defense is just going to step up a little bit and stop the Colts. Also, little fun nugget of information. The Eagles are trying to acquire a receiver for help in a trade. What team do they trade with a lot, and what team is probably looking to get rid of a receiver? Because... But I'm hearing also inside the Dolphins organization that they really like Devontae Parker. They have no attitude problem with him, and that's the reason they got rid of Jay Ajayi. So they might just be looking somewhere else. I bet you they were one of the teams trying to go for Josh Gordon, but that's here nor there. Next, we have the Buffalo Bills at the Vikings. I'm not even going to make you guys wait for this. We're both picking the Vikings because the Bills suck. Then we have the Denver Broncos at the Baltimore Ravens. My dad is picking the Ravens for this one. I am going to agree. I like the Ravens at home. They play better at home, so I think the Ravens will beat the Broncos, and the Broncos will lose, going to 2-1. Then we have the Cincinnati Bengals at the Carolina Panthers. My dad is picking the Panthers. I am going to pick the Bengals. I'm flipping this one, picking Bengals, just because they've been playing really well lately. They're 2-0. I'm probably going to get this wrong, but hey. Then we got the New York Giants 0-2 at the Houston Texans 0-2. The New York Giants offensive line is shit. Their center goes down, broken ankle, and you got this image of Eli Manning just, you don't know what happened to him. Me and my dad are both going Texans here. I'm sorry, Giants fan. I live in the Giants area. I'd like to pick you guys, but you guys suck at the moment. You got to get some offensive line help. Next, we have the Titans at the Jags. Me and my dad are both picking the Jags. Very simple, to the point. Jags are playing really great. Their defense is stepping up, playing really great. Then we have the 49ers at Kansas City facing the Chiefs. Again, me and my dad very easily are picking the Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes threw 10 touchdowns in 2 weeks. Playing great, lights out. Will that last forever? No. Will a team come and smack him in the mouth? Yes, but not this week. Then we got the San Diego Chargers in LA to face the Rams. The Rams defense is what we thought it was going to be.
But they are who we thought they were.
So we're both picking the Rams to beat the Chargers. Don't be surprised though if it isn't as big of a deficit. And we got the Cowboys at the Seahawks. My dad is going to pick the Seahawks because it's in Seattle. I am going to have to agree with my father and pick the Seahawks because of what I just said. It is in Seattle. And I think the only reason the Cowboys beat the Giants is because the Giants are just that bad on the offensive line. The Bears against the Arizona Cardinals. Me and my dad are both going to pick the Bears because the Cardinals are playing like caca. Lake Titicaca, to be exact. Where's Lake Titicaca? Doug put a picture right here of where Lake Titicaca is, because right now I have no idea where Lake Titicaca is. And then the Sunday night game, and I bet you they thought the Sunday night game was probably good before the season started, but now that the season's going on, it's like a shitty game, is the Patriots at the Lions. Me and my dad are both picking the Patriots. I know there's some Patriot fans that are subscribed to my channel and like to comment on my videos. You're welcome. We're picking the Patriots just because we want to get picks right. But I love the Lions to whip their ass. Yeah. He said it last week and I was right. My dad said the Patriots last week. He was wrong. So, and finally, Monday night, Steelers at Tampa Bay. My dad is going with Fitzmagic. But funny thing is, Mika Fitzpatrick actually just patented Fitzmagic. Funny how that works, huh? My dad's going with Fitz. I'm gonna go. I want to go with the Bucks here, right? Bucks are riding hot, hot to trot. I think that they're getting too big for their britches, if that's the saying. And I think the Steelers are starting to get pissed with the whole Antonio Brown yelling at the offensive coordinator, then Antonio Brown on Twitter saying, then trade me if you think I'll be bad with other quarterbacks. I think a fan said it to him, or an analysis person or a reporter said it to him. I'm gonna go Steelers with this one. I'm gonna switch this up. Monday night, I'm picking the Steelers to beat Tampa Bay. Obviously, it's the game you guys all wanted to pick. You got the Miami Dolphins home against the Oakland Raiders. My dad is picking the Dolphins, obviously. I'm going to pick the Dolphins, obviously. But this is, on Friday, I will have the review and the, all that jazz that I do every Friday before games, just to talk about, injuries, and what I think of the game, and how we win the game. Because if you notice the last 2 weeks when I'm like, this is what we need to do to win the game, when we do, we win the game. We're 2-0. They stopped Bilal Powell. They stopped the running game too. This is, without a question, a trap game. If you have never heard of what a trap game is where a team plays another team that is caca. Then the team right after them is good. The Dolphins are playing the Patriots next week. If the Dolphins look past the Raiders, because the Raiders are 0-2, they lost by 1 point last week though. If they look past the Raiders and go for the Patriots and do stupid shit, they will lose this game. The Raiders defense is suspect. The Raiders offense isn't as great. You play sound football and we will win this game and be 3-0 facing the Patriots. I'm picking the Dolphins to win this game, but do not take the Raiders lightly. I understand they're coming from the West Coast to the East Coast, but Miami. I don't know if any Dolphins players, practice squad players, watch my channel. Look at me. Do not take the Oakland Raiders lightly. I am still nervous as shit for this game. Do not do it. But that's the picks for week 3. Comment below. Let me know who you're picking. Let me know what you think of my picks. Let me know what you think of my father's picks. My father says he misses you guys all very much. He wish he could have been in today's video, but you will see him Sunday in the post video. Just me and my dad this time, not with the full crew. Full crew was just there because we were watching the game together. But yeah, comment below. Let me know. Speaking of comment below, you know what time it is. It's comment of the day. Do you want a theme? Let me know below if you want a theme for comment of the day, and I will get a theme made up for comment of the day. All right, let me know below. Comment of the day theme, I'll do it. This one comes from Philip. And he asked me, DouglieDow, are you suspect of the offense? Philip. No. I'm not suspect of the offense. I see the potential in the offense. I see what Adam Gase wanted to do with this offense. Because if you look at the receivers we have, right? We have Jakeem Grant, speedster, elusive, and tiny, right? We have Danny Amendola. This dude catches anything that's thrown at him, and he's tough as nails. He is all right, though. He just got the wind knocked out of him. And then we have Albert Wilson, who can make a 2-yard pass into a 7-yard gain, you know? And you notice the screenplays. Everyone hates the screenplays. I don't know why I can't speak. And everyone hates those passes. But if you looked at the Jets game, they got 5 yards minimum on these things. 5 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards. Those are like 5-yard runs. So I can see what Adam Gase is doing with this offense, and I can see he's doing a lot of dink and dunks, bringing the defense up to stop the dink and dunks, and then you have Kenny Stills and maybe Devontae Parker and Albert Wilson and Jakeem Grant with their speed going over the top. So you could do a pump and then boop for a deep touchdown pass like we did against the Titans and really should have done against the Jets. So I'm not suspect of this defense, of this offense, but I would like them to run the ball more. I would like them to utilize Kenyon Drake and Frank Gore, maybe do that dual back set that I saw against the Titans. But I'm not suspect, but I do wish that he made the better play calls at the better time, if that makes any sense to you and the people of the world. But that is the video. Let me know what you guys think, like usual. I love to read you guys' comments. I always pick one of you guys to be in the video. I always respond to as many as I can, but then at some points when I'm on to my next video, I start looking at those comments so that I don't see older videos comments. So I do apologize if you've commented on 3 videos ago and I didn't answer you. I'm sorry. Follow me on Twitter. A ton of you guys have been following me on Twitter. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I've been retweeting a ton of things I found. I've been retweeting funny things that I've seen. I've been tweeting out things like how we know for a fact that everyone's going to be like, well, how did the Jets lose? Not how the Dolphins won. I'm tweeting out a ton of things. So follow me on Twitter. Follow my second channel. I also noticed that a ton of you guys have been doing that. I love the shit out of all of you for following the Bit Boys and even commenting on some of the videos. God damn. You guys are the best. I have the best subscribers in the world. I don't give a shit who Logan Paul is. All you guys that subscribed, I will send you out wristbands. I promise you. I got to get those little packages to mail them to you. But I do appreciate the shit out of you. Hit the thumbs up. 2-0, first place in the division. And really doing really great. Like really great for the first 2 weeks. I'm super happy about it. Hit the subscribe button because like I did in the beginning of this video, not only talk about the Dolphins, I'm going to talk about what's going on in the NFL. So you might be a team of another, you might be a fan of another team and you'd be like, hey, this guy has a fucking brain in his head. What? Hit the subscribe button. I will see you guys on Friday for our review of the Dolphins-Raiders game, what the Dolphins have to do to win that game. And other than that, stay sexy. Enjoy this 2-0. Don't take the Raiders lightly. And I will see you guys on Friday. Fins up, fans! I got my boys here, and I got my Jet fan over here. He's the Jet. He's the only one. He was the only one here. We did it. We did it. We're 2-0. Messy game. Ed, what'd you think of the game?
Too many Tannehill mistakes.
Oh yeah.